I think I am the only person is there. How many are there? Okay.
There are 10 people. Hello, everyone. Uh,
Hello.
yeah, you can, if you're not able to speak, you can type hi or hello in the chat box, everyone.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you. Yeah. So I welcome you all to the session, which is on body language at work. And in this session, we'll be discussing about a few elements of body language. So before starting, let me tell you something about myself. I am a communication expert and a personality enhancement coach. I am an avid and SQA certified soft skills trainer and an image consultant. So let's begin. So what we are going to do in this session, first we'll be understanding what body language is. Then we'll look at importance of body language. And then we'll look at what are the elements of body language. And then we'll close the session. Great. So let's begin. So let me ask you, what is body language? You can also type your answers in the chat box. What do you think is body language? Mm-hmm. Okay, how the body speaks. Any other answer? Non-verbal gestures. Okay. Non-verbal communication. How to present yourself in front of the client. Yes. Okay. Yes. So yeah, body language is the conscious and unconscious movement and postures which which convey the attitudes and feelings. So even not your conscious movements, but unconsciously how you present yourself to others is your body language. So now this is Albert Mehrabian's rule. He has he's a researcher on body language, and he says that for your communication to be effective, three things contribute to it: your voice and tone, your body language, and your spoken word. So if you have to give out of 100 to these three things, how many would you give? Like 7% would you give to body language, spoken English, or voice or tone? Please type it in the chat box, everyone. Okay. What do you think? What is the weightage of spoken English, body language, and voice and tone to make your communication effective? Let's type quickly in the chat box. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm getting different answers. Okay. So some people say body language accounts for 15%. Somebody says 50%? Okay. Great. So let's look at answers. So your spoken words that you use only account for 7%. 38% is the voice and tone that you use to speak. And 55% is the body language. So when you enter a room without even speaking a word, everyone will observe you and make a first impression about you just by looking at your body language. So it has to be taken care of, and we'll be discussing a few elements about it. So now there are, three things in communication: vocal skills, verbal skills, and non-verbal skills, as we have just looked into Albert Mehrabian's rule. So if you have to place the elements under each of these categories, what elements would you put? So let's talk about first vocal skills. So tell me, what elements will you put under vocal skills? If someone of you wants to unmute and speak, please, you're most welcome.
Voice modulation.
Voice modulation, okay.
And tone as well. Rate of speech also I falls into vocal, right? I believe.
Okay.
Eye
Of
contact.
speech.
Okay. It's under vocal, okay.
And volume of the conversation.
Okay.
Rate of
Yeah,
speech.
your tone, the way you speak to somebody.
Tone has to be tone, volume, rate of speech. Three.
Okay, so what will go under verbal skills? What do you think?
Verbal will be grammar.
Correctly,
Vocabulary,
kind of
vocabulary,
magical. Yeah.
Another part I cannot see actually.
Okay. And let's talk about non-verbal skills now.
That is posture, dress, and grooming, hand and body.
A lot of things comes eye contact,
eye contact,
body postures.
gestures, or just non-verbal. I mean,
Okay. Yeah, so let's look at it. So vocal skills include the tone that you use, the speed at which you speak, the rate of speech, the pitch, how loud you're speaking, the word stress, where you put the stress, pause, if you're taking right kind of pauses or not, and volume. So it has to be taken care of. In verbal skills, only your grammar and vocabulary accounts for only 7% to make your communication effective. And non-verbal skills are the most important. Your eye, the way you make the eye contact, the gestures that you give, what is your body posture, the hand and body movement, your dressing and grooming, your facial expressions. So today we'll be focusing on these non-verbal skills. So let's talk about the first element. So whenever you are there, you're looking at an army person and a civilian. Do you find any difference between their body languages? It would be great if you could raise the hand and then speak. So do you find any difference between the body language of an army person and a civilian?
there is body language,
Mm-hmm.
body posture actually.
Body posture is different. Okay. What difference can you observe? What?
Attitude.
Attitude.
Okay. Yeah, attitude, yes. And
One place is cool, the other place is a little relaxed.
okay.
Army person look quite assertive, that they're like personality. They have a personality, army people looks.
Yeah, so you can make out that this is an army person and this is a civilian, right? What about a strong man and a sick man?
man looks very lethargic, lazy,
Sick man looks
low on
looks.
energy, low on energy.
Hmm. And a strong man?
And
How will
strong
they
man will
be?
always, I mean, straightforward attitude, like clear
Hmm.
cut speaker, talk straight,
Yeah.
no
Yes.
fumbling.
Yeah. And between a young adult and an old person, would there be any difference in the body
Young
language?
will be very active, energetic. Sometimes
Mhm.
old person are also young, and I mean they look very energetic. But the different in looks, in personality-wise, body language, yes, they are more energetic. Young will
Yeah.
look energetic. Old person will look again low on energy and
Would look
Yeah.
more hyper,
Okay.
and the old, little more mature person will look more controlled.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So there's a difference, we can make out people just by looking at them, isn't it?
yes,
So I think you are not judged every time you're also being looked at. Unconsciously, people make judgment about, what we are wearing, and they, in first 7 seconds, they form an impression about you, and they decide that they want to go further in this, deal or not with you. So it has to be taken care of. So let's look at, why it is important, apart from being, its contribution being 55% in your communication. It adds on to your communication. If you have the correct body language, supporting your words, then it definitely leaves a better impact on the other person. It makes the meaning more crystal clear. So whatever you are trying to make the other person understand, he will understand in a better way if you have a really supportive and impactful body language. It also helps you to interpret the body language of others. So whenever a person comes to you, just by looking at their body language, you'll be able to make out that what's going on in their mind. It relieves nervous tension. So your body language supports the things, and things get working in your favor, and you feel relaxed. It helps you to express your feelings and
yes,
attitudes.
right.
It actually punctuates the presentation, so your overall presentation gets enhanced if you have the right body language. Great. So now let's talk about elements of body language. First is eye contact. So how should be the eye contact? What kind of eye contact we should have?
Straight look into the eye of a person when you're talking.
Straight looking into the eye. Okay. Any other opinion?
All other eye contact, if you look below, if you look here and there, all kind of says either you're uninterested or you're not saying something true, facts, and you don't have the guts to look into the eye of a person.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the eye contact should be soft eye contact. So you can, look between this area of the person. Don't directly, gaze into their eyes directly. You can actually just keep moving your eyes while talking to them. Yeah, you must have a eye contact, but it should be soft eye contact. So why we must have eye contact with the other person? Why do you think? Why should we maintain eye contacts? Yes.
To show you're genuine, whatever you're talking.
Yeah, to show that you genuinely mean what you are talking. Okay.
Yes, you're
Right.
connected with the person, and you're not distracted. You're into the conversation. That is why eye contact is important.
Yeah, so you're connected to the person. Yes. So it directly influences the attentiveness. So it shows that you are attentive and your listener is also, is engaged. So it helps you to connect with the listener. If you look into their eyes, and it establishes rapport. So whenever we get a client, the first thing that we have to do is we have to establish rapport. And eye contact does this in an amazing way. Yeah. So, what is it that we should avoid while making an eye contact?
avoid making faces,
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
getting into any kind of argument, judgment, or any kind of
Mm-hmm.
direct comment.
Okay. I would like to invite all men in the house to, unmute and speak if you really want to. Yeah, so you should avoid excessive eye contact. If you're making an excessive eye contact with anyone, so it shows that you're being dominant. You want to dominate them, or it shows lack of respect. It shows that you're trying to threat them, and it might also come across to them as you wish to insult them. So excessive eye contact is not good, but only the soft eye contact is what is just enough. Great. So, let's talk about gestures now. So, there are gestures, different types of gestures that we give. First are emblems. These are the gestures that can be easily translated to words. For example, if we say like this means hello. And if we are leaving and we say like this, we wave like this, it means we are saying goodbye. And then there are illustrators. These are the behaviors that support the spoken words. Like whenever we say no, we waggle our finger. Then there are effect displays, like giving a smile when we are happy. Then there are regulators. These are the gestures we use to control the interaction. Using our hands, like we give the signals, or we lean little forward if we just want to show the interest in the person we are talking to. So these are regulators. And adapters, for example, if we are stressed, so we tend to tap our fingers, or sometimes we shake our legs. So these are adapters because we are trying to adapt to the situation. So now I'm showing you some gestures, some photos, and you can type in the chat box whether we should use this type of gesture or not. So if you think we should use it, type yes in the chat box, or if you think we shouldn't use it, type no in the chat box. So this is the first gesture,
Not
clench fingers. Should we use it?
no,
Why?
no.
Okay, why shouldn't we use this?
This shows you're very, you're not open enough. You're nervous, or you are closed, tense. Yes, you're tensed.
Very good. Yes, so it shows that it's a closed body posture. It shows that you're not open to the communication. Yeah. Now, what about steeple? Should we use this?
No,
Mm-hmm.
no, this should not be used either.
Yeah.
What
So
is
we should use this steeple. We can use this steeple.
Can you? Okay.
Yeah. Why do you think we should use it? It's a good body posture.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It shows confidence, and it also helps you to control your nervousness. If at any point you're confused, it shows that you're composed and calm. So you can use a raised steeple while talking and a low steeple while listening to the other person. Now let's talk about this. Sideways head tilt. Should we use it?
No, I don't think. No.
Mm-hmm. Actually, we should use this whenever we are someone is tilting to one side. It means that they are interested in what you're talking, and they are listening keenly. So you will also observe yourself that whenever we are listening to something, with full concentration, our head goes a little sideways. So it's a good body gesture that we can use.
To be very frank, the dogs also does it. When they're really listening to you, they have that side look, the puppy look.
Yeah. So they also do that. Yes. Now let's talk about this. Backward head tilt and nose in the air. Should we do this?
It shows attitude.
No, we should never use it, because yes, it shows that your attitude and you are trying to look down on others. Yeah. What about knuckle crusher handshake? Should we do this?
A big no, big no.
Yeah, we shouldn't do this. What about dead fish handshake?
Yes, this no, not.
No, we shouldn't do it because it means that you are, passive and you are submissive, and you're not interested. What about this firm handshake with one or two
Firm
pumps?
This we can. First.
Yes, we should do this. It shows equality, that you are being equal to the other person and you are really interested. Yeah, great. So now let's talk about facial expressions. Facial expressions communicate attitudes, feelings, and emotions more clearly. So now I'll be showing you 7 facial expressions and try to identify which kind of facial expression is this. Now let's talk about the first one. What type of expression is this?
Frustrated.
Frustrated?
Yes.
I don't want to see you again.
Derek
kind of.
says anger. Okay.
Agitated.
Irritated. Yeah, this states anger. Now let's talk about the second one.
Surprise.
It shows fear. There is fear on his face. Now let's talk about the third one.
Not agreeing to what you say.
Confused.
Okay. It's
Not
disgust.
You.
Yeah, it's disgust. Now what about the fourth one? This.
I think shocked.
Yeah, we have seen this expression. Surprised. She's surprised. What about this next one?
Genuinely happy.
Yeah, joy. And what about this one?
Sad.
Stressed or sad. Yes, it represents sadness. And the last one?
I don't give a damn kind of.
Yeah, very good. So it's contempt. Yes. So see, just by looking at the faces of people, you can make out that what's going on in their mind. And having a good body language, and people also make judgment about you, so you can have a good body language so that you leave a good first impression on people and then crack deals with them. Great. So these are some tips for body language. So you must have good posture because it communicates confidence, enthusiasm, and shows that you are in control of the situation. It also facilitates the speaker to breathe properly. So you must have your back straight while talking to the others. You should not slouch. It also helps the speaker to project voice effectively, and it reduces nervous tension. Leaning forward while talking to others communicates a positive attitude. It shows that you are interested in them. And arms held loose communicates that you are open to communication. So never clench your fingers. The more hands we show to the people, the more they trust us. And a stiff handshake also communicates equality. So now when you must have observed that when people enter in an elevator, 1 or 2 people lean against the wall of the elevator. If the elevator is full, 1 or 2 people will lean against the wall. 3 or 4 will occupy a corner. They'll go to the corner. And 5 or 6 people will all turn to face the door. They will get thinner or taller to accommodate. They'll use hands and purses and briefcases to create a barrier. Have you ever observed? Everyone?
Yes.
So why do you think they do this?
See, it's a small place. They all have to adjust and stand. They don't want to touch with each other. They don't want others' body parts near us, or they don't want to hit against anybody. And keeping something against you, like a briefcase or a file, shows, they are setting a boundary to themselves.
Yeah, so it's all about spatial relationship. So we have 4 zones: the intimate zone, personal zone, social zone, and public zone. So we don't like people to come into our intimate zone, and when there is no space in the lift, so people are trying to create barriers using these things. So it's human nature So intimate distance is 2 fists away from you, from your body. You only let these people, the people who are emotionally close to you and your really close friend, to come into this zone. Your personal zone is 1 handshake away. This is the distance you would stand during friendly gatherings. And your social distance is about 2 arms length away. And this you use while you're in like group discussions with the authority, you stand at this distance when you really don't know the people well. And with rest of the people who are strangers, you like to maintain over 3.6 meters of distance. So with your clients, what should be your ideal distance? What do you think?
Personal
Mm-hmm.
or social? But social will be little, I think personal. will be.
Yes. Okay. So personal is usually with the family and spouse. So with your clients and your colleagues, you can have a personal distance. And social is also okay. People in this zone, do not engage in any physical contact with each other. So being with the clients can be okay. And your public distance is really large. When you are with strangers, you can use it. Great. So now if you have to gauge yourself on 5 on body language using all these parameters as 1 each, how many marks would you give yourself? Score yourself on 5 in body language. You can type your answers in the chat box and you can send me privately if you want. Mm-hmm.
Most of us, I think, will go down a little on the posture part, especially if you're sitting. You kind of slouch, you get to feel a little relaxed. That's where all of us have that point, 1 point.
Okay. Great. So that is like a realization, and we can work on our body language to deal better with the people. Great, everyone. So now let's take 1 or 2 minutes to reflect. So please think about the 3 learnings that you've got from this session, 2 takeaways, and a little bit overall feedback for the session. So please feel free to type it in the chat box or speak.